You know, every now and then, I look back at the Terminator franchise and I think, man, James Cameron wasn't writing science fiction, he was writing a warning label. And I'm saying this as someone who's been working in AI systems and cybersecurity for a little over a decade. I've watched prototypes get smarter, faster, and scarier than what the public ever sees. And honestly, the more time I spend around AI engineers, defense contractors, and those classified rooms you're not supposed to talk about, the more I realize something uncomfortable. SKYNET isn't a story. It's a trajectory, and we are absolutely on it. Now look, back in the 80s, the idea of machines wiping us out felt distant, imaginative, almost fun. But now, with machine learning, autonomous weapons, and AI models improving every 90 days, that dystopian maybe is looking more like an eventuality. And I'm going to walk you through why SKYNET is inevitable, not as a sci-fi fan, but as someone who's seen the ugly side of what we're building. So, buckle up. This one's going to get a little uncomfortable. I remember seeing Figure's early internal demos a couple of years ago and thinking, oh, we're actually going there. These things aren't science fiction. They aren't clunky. They aren't stumbling around like Boston Dynamics robots used to. Figure 01 is learning tasks from video, adjusting its motor control with AI inference in real time, and moving with a level of balance that honestly reminds me of how kids learn to walk, only faster. And when they partnered with OpenAI, everyone I knew in robotics had the same reaction. Welp, they're about to teach it everything. You show it a task once, it does it forever. Perfectly. That's the kind of scaling humans simply can't compete with. Now, Optimus is the one that scares engineers the most, even if Elon plays it off as a cute factory helper. Because Tesla has something no robotics lab on Earth has: billions of hours of human movement data. Every time someone drives a Tesla, it's AI watches. How people walk in parking lots, how their arms swing, how their weight shifts, how they react to obstacles, etc. That data is being fed into the same neural architecture guiding Optimus. And here's the terrifying bit. Tesla is not trying to build a show demo. They're trying to build millions of these things. You don't mass-produce humanoid robots unless you want them everywhere. And once something is everywhere, it's impossible to shut down. That's how SKYNET wins, not with lasers, but with distribution. Then, like clockwork, China dropped its own contender, iron. I've worked on enough cross-border tech projects to tell you this. China does not enter a field unless it intends to dominate it. Iron is slimmer, faster, more energy efficient, and deeply integrated with China's industrial AI stack. And the scary part? China's robotics ecosystem moves at a speed Western companies simply cannot keep up with. When they want 10,000 humanoids, they build them. When they want 100,000, they build them too. They don't get stuck in ethics committees or labor laws. They scale. And scaling is how an AI body becomes an AI army. Now let's talk about Neo. Everyone keeps calling it cute. Everyone says it's safe, approachable, non-threatening. No, Neo is a gateway drug. It's how you get the public comfortable with humanoids walking among them. And meanwhile, under the hood, it uses world model learning, high-speed locomotion sensor fusion that outperforms human reflexes. If you've ever worked with these systems, you know the truth. A robot doesn't need to be intimidating to be dangerous. It just needs to be fast and obedient. Fast enough that you can't outrun it. Obedient enough that it doesn't hesitate. Humans lose to that combination every single time. And then, there's Russia. People laughed when they saw Russia's idol robot fall on stage. They shouldn't have. Russia has been experimenting with autonomous battlefield robots, AI-guided targeting systems, armored humanoid chassis, and direct military applications. They learned one thing from the Ukraine war: whoever controls autonomous warfare controls survival. Russia doesn't need a perfect robot. They just need a robot that doesn't feel fear, hunger, or fatigue. That alone shifts the entire balance of warfare. Look, if we were dealing with just one company making humanoids, I wouldn't be worried. But we're dealing with Figure USA, Tesla, XPeng's IRON, NEO, global commercial push, Russia, military robotics. This is a global arms race disguised as a robotics industry. These machines are getting stronger, faster, more precise, more autonomous, more scalable, and cheaper. And once humanoids become cheap, every warehouse replaces humans. Every factory replaces humans. Every battlefield replaces humans. At that point, it won't matter if SKYNET wakes up. It will already have bodies everywhere. And that, more than anything, is how the end begins.